when we go to non-physical, I know since Jerry has crossed over and...
Such interesting words. Passed away, crossed over.
I know, crossed over. Let's go crossed over. Transitioned.
How about getting on with it?
All right.
In a non-resistant state, more eager about life than ever before, and avidly interested in what's going on here and now.
I was going to say that, but it was going to be a little too long. So Jerry's coming through. My question is, when in non-physical, from what I understand, that we can obviously, part of our broader self focuses ourselves down here. Focus part of ourselves down here. That explains you. Okay. So then we reemerge into our broader self. And obviously this isn't our only incarnation. There's endless incarnations. Do the individual personalities...
But here's the thing that we really want to point you toward. Just focus on the idea of focus.
Okay.
And think about how there are endless things that you could think about.
Okay.
But you don't have that conversation about the endless things that you could think about. You just take the thing that you're most interested in and you focus on it.
Okay.
So don't make non-physical's perspective complicated.
Okay.
Because while there is infinite opportunity to focus, there are things of greater interest than others, just like you understand yourself.
Okay. That makes sense, because I've started having, I call them my council meetings. And so when I go into meditation or I quiet my mind, that I have kind of a council, and I pull, like I've been pulling, or my council has, what's the word I'm looking for? Consisted of Jerry, Napoleon Hill, and then Abraham. And I guess my question is, when I'm...
Well, you couldn't have a better counsel.
I know.
And we want to say to you, but don't just try to access it during meditation.
Right.
When you brush your teeth, we're interested. When you choose your food, we're interested. When you talk to someone you love, we're interested. When you're reading a book or writing a book, we're interested. In other words, it's about the life that you're living that we're interested in. That's the thing that we so want you to hear. It isn't that we are living vicariously through you. It's that we are collectively living the lives that you are living, you see. And there are plenty of us to focus through. This is the thing that we want you to understand. We could focus anywhere. We have the ability to focus multidimensionally and multitudinally. In other words, there's no limit of those through which we can focus, even if it's the dogs and cats and bees. We have the opportunity to focus wherever we want to focus. We're talking about your opportunity to be aware of the focus that we are offering. That's when it really gets good. Are you following this? In other words, so let's just look at it at face value. You're here, you're focusing. We're here, we're focusing. And just like all of us have assembled here, and we are having a sort of meeting. You've driven your cars, or you've logged onto your computer in some way. You have brought your physical selves to the meeting. Well, there are far more non-physical beings participating here than there are physical beings. But we are not needing any one of you or any one meeting in order to satisfy ourselves as we are focused into this time-space reality. So we are not trying to convince you to get into vibrational alignment in order to allow us access. We've got endless access. We're encouraging you to recognize it and attune to it for the benefit of your moment now, because you're not living the powerful moments that you could. You're not living with broader perspective. You're not tapping into the biggest resources of well-being. You're not loving like you have the capacity to love, and you're not knowing like you have the capacity to know. You see, because you are looking so linearly and so materialistically and so physically into this vibrational universe that is much bigger than your physical manifestations allow you to understand. So when you start feeling your way, when you think about it, every single thing you want, whether it's a material object, a pile of money, a relationship, an event, a circumstance, every single thing that you want is because you think you will feel better in the having of it. So you understand at some level that this is an emotional world and that it's all about the moment in time in which you can feel wonderful. And so here we are presenting to you that all of this non-physical energy is focused with you, and it makes it easier when someone that you know and love has recently made their transition and now is focusing in a stronger way. It causes Esther to focus more vividly. It causes you to focus more vividly. It calls your attention to the fact that it has always been going, that this continuity of life has always been about that. You keep thinking that the continuity of life is about you're born and then you do stuff and then you die and then you're not here and then you're born and then you do stuff and then you reemerge into non-physical. And there is a continuity that is more steady and constant than that. There's no gap in the life that any of us are living, you see. And when you have your time in your body, in a conversation with a friend or with someone like Abraham, this vivid moment in time when you are fully present and allowing access to all that you know to be in on the conversation, that's when you're really alive, you see. And otherwise, you've sort of pinched enough of it off that it's not really that big of a deal. That's not what you came for. You came for the big deal. You came for the co-creative experience. You came for the blending. You came for the continuity. You came for the continuation. You didn't come to fix things that are broken. You came to live the joyous life that you have the potential of living in every moment. You are like the little kids that know it. They want to go from one fun thing to another, to another, to another, to another, don't they? Do they ever see any reason to end the fun? No. You say, well, we played a game with you. Is it never enough? And they say, no, it is not ever enough. I want to go from interest to fun, to love, to satisfaction. I want to go from being full of energy to resting a little bit, but I never want my interest in life to wane, not even for a little bit. And I'll sleep every now and again, and I'll withdraw my consciousness. But the moment I'm back into consciousness, I want to be in my body. I want you to be in my body. I want the fullness of who I am to be active and present in this moment. I want to be alive right now, not just alive. I want to be alive. I want to be full of me. I want to be spontaneous, and I want to be sensitive, and I want to be intuitive, and I want to be graceful, and I want to be flexible, and I want to be in the moment, and I want to extract from you, my partner in conversation, all of these things too. And I want us to rendezvous into higher and higher pitches and places, and I want us to feel how fast the energy can go, and I want to watch the manifestation that will then actualize around it because of the vibrational intertwining that we're doing. And I like to feel the power of the universe. I like to know that the energy that creates worlds is coursing through me. I want to feel all of this. I want to be alive. And that's what you intended over and over and over and over and over and over again. But most of you don't remember it past about age 5. Because they've convinced you this world doesn't revolve around you. That's not true. It does. Life isn't supposed to be fun. That's not true. It is supposed to be fun. You're not the center of the universe. That's not true. You are the center of the universe. Life is supposed to be hard. That's not true. You just make it hard because somebody told you that it is supposed to be hard. Everything's not supposed to work out for you. That's not true. Everything is working out for you. This isn't all fun and games. That's not true. This is all fun and games. There is nothing serious going on here. It's just life and more life and more life.
Wow. If I had hair, it would have been blown back by now. So, but it's not.
We chose you carefully.
So what I realized is just doing these council meetings, and one of the tapes also, or one of the CDs was talking about how Esther was connecting with like Steve Jobs. Just realize that we can focus anybody in at any time.
Oh, and does he ever know what he's doing?
Oh, yeah.
And does he ever know what she's doing? And is he ever interested in what she's doing? And is he ever available for counsel anytime she lets it in?
Yeah, so we can focus anybody.
And there are pool guys too. You see, whatever you need, whenever you need it, available. Somebody knows this stuff. You just got to know that they know and expect that you can know it too. The path to whatever you want, in whatever speed, in whatever fashion, with you actively involved as much as you want, you get to choose every bit of it, you see.
Yeah, when I was quieting my mind and when I'm doing the council meetings, at first I was wondering if it was actually, if I was making the connections or if it was me that I heard Abraham's voice all the time that I was just repeating.
Oh, you're
it. But
making
now
a
I know
connection.
it's not.
But
yeah.
you know what they're wanting to say? Think about something interesting so that we can get in on it. Okay. Don't just sit there. Think a thought. Let us
no, I
join
don't.
You.
I have
Make
questions.
a plan.
I make it like a
Make
meeting.
a plan.
Yeah.
Let us dovetail.
Okay.
Talk to somebody. Let us give you our input. In other words,
On any subject.
on any subject. But it has to be something you care about.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Now what?